This experience with housing issues is my first time ever.
Your aura, when you walk into a room, brings peace. They talk about credit, how much money you need altogether, all those kinds of things. You never come across that way.
My experience with Val opposed to them was more like they were very cold.
The people that we were dealing with were slightly aggressive, and then you came in and calmed the situation down. Like, oh, take it easy. Here I'm representing. These are my clients. I need you to relax, and I will do the talking.
They were just about, look at this property, what do you think? Where Val's like, what do you need, and how can I help you?
I don't know a real estate, not one, that does that. So help me God. You guys, just an absolute blessing. An absolute blessing. And we're thankful. So how long have you been in the U.S., Abed?
1999, I came as a war refugee. Displaced, the house burned down. Pictures, you're talking about losing the house and going to another apartment? My house was burned down. Pictures, everything was gone. Memories destroyed. And I came here, started a new life.
By yourself?
No, I came with a family, but my family went back and I stayed here.
Wow.
So when people say,
Are we supposed to be happy right now? Because it sounds like a very sad story.
And then look at that. And then somewhere in that 15 year, you bump into me.
15
Make it happen.
two,
Making it happen. I met you at a social outing with one of your local brokers, one of your real estate agents, and it was definitely a moment that changed my life. And I will say that who would have thought that sitting at a birthday party at a cocktail hour at a table by myself, when this rando handsome guy walks up, who I quickly noticed by jewelry that he was quite married, but yet it still changed my life forever. Don't take it off now, it's okay. That you would change my life forever, and just knowing that you just opened my eyes to a whole lot of things, and just being, and I was allowed to be my authentic self in your presence. So, and you wound up helping my family.
and that's
Real talk.
And that's real talk, and I agree with you. And that's what we do for a living. We build relationships for a living. People say, oh, you make money in real estate, you close deals, you sell, you buy for investors. Yes, but first and foremost, we build relationships for a living. And then the money comes with it, and then business comes with it. But first, I mean, we as a company, like New York Realty, every time we meet someone, right? Like you said, like your boss back in the day, like sort numbers. Like, it's not about numbers, because if you see numbers immediately and you don't do numbers with that person, they become depressed, desperate, and that relationship dies. But if you see long-term relationship versus numbers and business immediately, then you're your own business. Relationships is what we do for a living, and they come. And now we met a couple of years ago.
And then here we are here.
Here we are. We're helping you, or we're doing work together, business together, and this will, I believe, will last forever.
And I sat there in that desk, and I just felt free enough to say, listen, I'm also in this situation. And you were like, well, wait a minute. What's going on? And you immediately got into problem solving mode. And I remember just sitting there at that desk, and I was just like, yo, Val, I need help. And it was tears in my eyes, and I was just like, I'm trying, I don't know what else to do here. And I just remember you saying, well, talk to me, what's happening? And I said, this is the paper. And I remember I showed you the paper, and you were like, well, let me look into it. And he didn't say, I'll look into it later. Right then and there, he was working it out on the computer, and I put Aunt Pat on the phone, and I said, let me put my Aunt Pat, because I couldn't make any decisions regarding how this house was gonna go or what was gonna happen next. So I just immediately put my aunt on the phone, put her on speaker, and I said, Aunt Pat, I'm here with my friend Val. And she's like, Val. I was like, yeah, Val. Who's Val? I was like, okay. So I had to quick give her the story. And I said, he works for Link and Y Realty and he can help us. I believe he can help us. And I just wanted to, my whole thing was, and I really believe sincerely that God put you there to be an advocate, to defend, because we're in a society now where there's so many people that are grimy, that are doing deed thefts, that are doing mortgage thefts, that are doing things against seniors, especially seniors of color, that we just needed a voice that could understand the legalese of what was coming in front of us. Because reality is that we gonna, even like with my aunt, I told her I took the document that I saw and I remember scanning it and throwing it into Chat GPT to say like, yo, translate this into plain English so that we can understand. But even with that, you took a stand and you stepped in, and the next thing you know, you and Aunt Pat got a relationship. So I'm gonna let you go ahead, Aunt Pat, and say what you think about Val, because I think he's pretty cool. And his hair is slick and he's a very fine dresser. That's sure.
But here's the deal before on pet start, and that's what I see, like, every person, like, no matter what you do or what you have done, like, we can build relationships and we can help each other in different ways. For example, like you said, your resume, and knowing a lot of people out there, and you knowing people as well. And that's the goal here, is like, as a Val or Valon in the community out there, not only sell real estate or buy represent investors in real estate, but also collaborate and help each other in different ways, because that goes a long way. That's more than real estate. That's more than money.
I met Val through my niece, Tiffany. And the first thing out of your mouth was, the less, the better. And at first, it kind of took me, I said, well, what does it mean? Because I have all these questions. I need to know A, B, and C. The less, the better. And I understood after you said that, because the more you speak out, the more information that you're giving to an individual that has a little bit of control over the situation, the worse off you could be. So the less you say, the better the situation can turn out. And I appreciate that. The people that we were dealing with were slightly aggressive, and then you came in and calmed the situation down. Like, okay, take it easy. Here I'm representing. These are my clients that I'm representing. I need you to relax, and I will do the talking. And I felt very comfortable with that. Even with you touching my hand when I was getting emotional, because there was a time, okay? Like, take it easy, I got this. Thumbs up.
That's beautiful.
So,
Thank you.
I appreciate it all.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And that's how we make it happen.
That's how I go make it happen. I need you to get you a t-shirt or something, bro.
Over 10 years, we've been going back and forth. And we were told by the courts what the sale date was on the house, July 23rd. After that, we were following process. And on July 23rd, the doorbell rings. I'm looking at the Ring camera. I don't know who this individual is. I go downstairs. I open the door. And this young man is standing there, and he says, "Hi, I'm the new owner of your house." And immediately I said to him, "You're not supposed to be here, okay? Stop." Yeah. Stand right. So he starts going on, who his name was, and this, that, and the third. And I didn't go into panic mode, but I shared with the family what was going on. And after that, this guy kept on harassing me, sending me texts, when A, B, and C. So I was kind of in a quandrum at that time. So I'm sharing this with the family. This guy is saying, guess what? I'm coming to take over. I need this, that, and the third, or whatever. So I passed that on to the family. And so when Tiffany had all this knowledge that I'm giving her as to what was going on here with this guy wanting to come and take possession of the house, and she said, "I think I know somebody." Then she, in turn, contacted you, and then you and I got to speaking about how to transfer, how to do A, B, and C. And I appreciated your knowledge because I felt comfortable with you handling the situation.
And the first thing is, you did not make us like any other person. You came into our house. You sat down at our table with that nice blazer you had on, sir. Very sharp. And you smelled good too. That's always helpful. And you and you sat there and you talked to us like real people. And you said, and this is the game plan. This is what we're gonna do. You tell me, what number are you looking for? What are you doing? And that, I think, also helped put my mom and my Aunt Pat at ease, because you were sitting there and you did not treat us like just another box to tick off. You treated us like family. I feel like if your family was in a similar situation, you would have handled it in similarity.
And
I don't know.
And that's where my expertise comes in, like Aunt Pat said, because when people buy a property at auction, right, and you lose the property, right, as a property owner, not everybody who buy these properties are bad people, you know, like not their intention is not just like to come and kick you out, right? But the way they handle a situation is wrong. Like, for example, knocking on the door, I'm a new owner, you gotta leave, you gotta go, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that you cannot do that because you've been here for 30, 40 years, let's say. Some people grew up in the property, and it's not only a brick, it has a sentimental value, you have a lot of dreams there. So now you see that person as an enemy. And also they see you as an, oh, it's my property, I'm paying the mortgage, I'm paying taxes, I'm paying insurance and all that. So that's what I come in and say, you know what, let's make this happen. You know what? And I had to tell the guy, back up a little bit, we'll deal together, we have a game plan, and then I talk to him as well. We make it happen. We met, all of us, in my office at a table. And then after that, you know, me negotiating with them on your behalf, and we made a deal happen. Now everybody is happy.
Yeah. This experience with housing issues is my first time ever. Even at my age, I never had the experience of having to move, to do any of those things. And since the summer, I've met 2 different real estate people. That interaction, as far as interaction wise, my experience with Val opposed to them was more like they were very cold, in the sense that they were just about, look at this property, what do you think? Where Val is like, what do you need and how can I help you? And where do you see yourself? Opposed to, you need 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom, move over. It's more like, I want to make sure that this entire experience is something that will carry you from not just this moment, but for the rest of your life.
I met Val. I felt, one, that you were very engaging, and you keep your voice at a certain tone. And it doesn't matter who elevates their voice. You come back with a low tone. Very professional. Very professional. Know what you know. And as a result, people want to receive from you that knowledge that you have. We learned so much within 15 minutes of you sitting at our table downstairs. And it was enough for us to be relaxed, calm, and to know we're going to get through this. And as we know, the young man, he was getting emotional, and his voice was elevated. Did you elevate your voice? Absolutely not. Calmly, just da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Just bring it down. And I thought of the scripture. A soft answer turns away wrath.
That's facts. That's text right there.
Proverbs. It's not wrath with wrath, but a soft answer. I'm sorry we did not meet you 10 years ago, because we might not be where we are now. And all the money that we spent with lawyers and litigation, we might not be where we are now. Well, my story is, I don't even feel like this is a realtor or a real estate. I feel like it's much broader than that, because My experience and my sister's experience has been dealing with realtors in 1990s when you first came over here. We had seen, I don't know, almost 300 houses. So I don't want to tell you how many realtors that we dealt with. And they talk about credit and what else? Credit, how much money you need altogether, all those kinds of things. You never come across that way. What do you need in the process? So, we need boxes, we need cleaning, we need this. I don't know a real estate, not one, that does that. So help me God. So help me God. You guys, just an absolute blessing. An absolute blessing. And we're thankful. Keep up the good work, and hopefully other realtors will get on board and look at relationships versus the numbers. Young man, you are on the right track. Relationship.
That's a take.
First, and everything else will follow.
You tell me, like one day, I'm gonna send 2 guys here. Either you need to put those boxes in the truck or putting those boxes together is gonna be on me. Okay, I'm gonna pay for those 2 guys, whatever it takes to help you put the boxes, or have them come with a big van. So all the boxes that you're gonna put together, they're gonna help you put in their van, big van, and take you to the next destination. And that's on me.
Wow. Thank you.
Man, I ain't supposed to start crying on this here camera, but you about to get me all emotional on the vocal cord area right now. I'm just,
No, it's again.
and I'm not saying I don't want you to feel. I appreciate it, and on behalf of my family, we appreciate it. But you don't have to do that, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. I don't have to do that. I know that. Because people say, more money in my pocket. But you gotta help people because it goes a long way. Especially when people are in need. You know how many people out there want to go to sell the property? They don't want to deal with all things putting it together. They don't want to deal with landscape, but they don't want to deal with professional cleaning. Because to them, it's a lot of headache, a lot of putting things together, coordination. And that's where we come in. Because real estate is changing. It's not just like putting the house in the market, show the property and sell it. It's more than that. It's been more than that forever. But people should know seriously that what we offer and why we are different. We do offer something seriously that no one else does.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you again.
And I appreciate you now for being part of my life, for the rest of my life.
That's what I wanted to tell you.
For the rest
For
of your
the
life,
rest of your life.
you stuck with us.
And I love it. And I love it. And I wish I meet more people like you out there where we can learn from one another.
That's what we do.
We make it happen together.
Exactly.
Because we're brought in this life.
That's right.
And we must leave this world better than we found it.
Oh my God.